You know New York for its busyness and iconic spots like Central Park, Broadway, and Times Square, etc. But there's a darker side to this city that only a few know about. In this video, we'll cover 7 abandoned places in New York that you won't believe exist. So make sure to watch till the end, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more such amazing videos. Number 7. Fort Ticonderoga. Let's start with a place that's seen a lot of history. Fort Ticonderoga. Built way back during the American Revolution, this fort played a huge part in the country's early battles. Located in upstate New York, the fort was once a key military outpost where soldiers would watch over the area to protect against enemies. It was so important during the 1775 Battle of Ticonderoga that it helped shape the course of the war. But today, things have changed. The walls of Fort Ticonderoga are slowly crumbling, overtaken by nature. What used to be a mighty fortress is now a peaceful, forgotten relic, lost in time as the trees and vines creep over its once imposing structure. An interesting fact about is that, during that famous 1775 battle, the fort was captured without a fight, making it a surprising victory for the Americans. Now, it stands as a symbol of the struggle for freedom. And if you're into ghost stories, some people say that the spirits of soldiers who lost their lives here still haunt the fort. On quiet nights, there are whispers of the past that seem to linger in the air. Number 6. Leworth Village. Next, we head to Leworth Village, a place that's filled with a dark and troubling history. Founded in the early 1900s, this psychiatric facility was originally designed to care for people with intellectual disabilities. It housed thousands of patients at its peak, but as the years went on, it became known for the mistreatment of its patients. Located in Rockland County, New York, Leworth Village was once one of the largest mental institutions in the state. It was supposed to be a place of care and healing, but it became something far darker as overcrowding and poor conditions took their toll. By 1996, the facility was closed down, and like so many other abandoned places, Leworth began to decay. The buildings, once full of life, are now crumbling, with broken windows and peeling walls. And while nature slowly reclaims the land, remnants of its painful past are still visible. Old medical equipment and empty rooms serve as reminders of what once happened here. And now, here's something interesting you should know about Leworth. It has been featured in several documentaries and urban exploration videos, mostly because of its disturbing history. The site has become a point of fascination for many who want to uncover the stories hidden within its walls. And if you believe in ghosts, Leworth is also known for its eerie atmosphere. Number 5. Beachnut Factory. Next up, we visit the Beachnut Factory in Canajoharie, New York. Once a thriving hub that employed hundreds, this factory played a key role in producing baby food and other products. At its peak, Beachnut was one of the first companies to commercially sell baby food in the US, shaping how it was packaged and distributed. But by the 1970s, the company shut down, and the factory slowly faded into the past. Located in a quiet rural area of upstate New York, the once bustling complex is now a decaying structure, with broken windows and rusted machinery left behind. Nature has begun to reclaim it, and the buildings are crumbling, serving as a silent reminder of what once was. And while some explore this eerie place, there are strange stories that linger. Some explorers claim to have heard odd noises inside the factory. Or maybe it's just the wind, carrying echoes of a time gone by. And hey, I hope you're enjoying this video so far, so make sure to hit the like button and don't forget to watch our This playlist on the abandoned places. I bet you'll love it. Now, let's move to the next location. Number 4. The Catskill Game Farm. Founded in the 1930s, it quickly became a hotspot for families looking to catch a glimpse of exotic animals. People traveled from all around to see animals that they wouldn't normally encounter in the wild, making it a popular attraction for decades. Nestled in the beautiful Catskill Mountains, this location was home to thousands of animals, from tigers to zebras, and everything in between. The game farm became known for housing over 2,000 animals at its peak, making it one of the most impressive wildlife parks in the area. But by 2006, the park closed its doors, and the animals were moved away. Now, the cages and enclosures that once housed these exotic creatures are abandoned and slowly being overtaken by nature. Vines crawl over the rusted gates, and the sounds of animals are replaced by the whispers of the wind through the trees. The remains of animal habitats are still there, serving as silent reminders of a once thriving park. And here's an interesting fact. The Catskill Game Farm once housed some of the rarest species, including tigers, zebras, and even camels. It was a place where you could see animals from all over the world up close, making it a unique experience for many. Number 3. The Old City Hall subway station. Opened in 1904, this station was not just a regular stop. It was one of the most beautiful transit hubs in the city. Known for its stunning design and intricate details, it quickly became a hidden gem of New York's underground transit system. Located beneath City Hall in Manhattan, the station was a grand entry point for commuters, with its gorgeous arches and sparkling chandeliers lighting the way. But in 1945, the station was closed to the public, and slowly, it faded into obscurity. Today, it's largely forgotten, left to decay in the shadows of New York's bustling streets. The beautiful architecture, once admired by thousands of people every day, now lies in silence, waiting for someone to remember it. The Old City Hall station is famous for its breathtaking design, especially its stunning arches and elegant chandeliers. It's often considered one of the most beautiful examples of early 20th century subway architecture. And if you're into ghost stories, this station is known for its eerie reputation. Urban explorers often claim to hear footsteps echoing through the station, almost as if the spirits of old commuters are still making their way through the tunnels. Could it be haunted by the souls of those who once passed through it? Number 2. North Brother Island. Now, let's explore the mysterious North Brother Island, a place that holds dark history and a sense of isolation. Once home to a quarantine hospital, North Brother Island became a place for people infected with contagious diseases like typhoid fever. The island's purpose was to protect the public by isolating those with serious illnesses, and it served as a critical part of New York's health system during the early 1900s. Located in the East River, just off the coast of the Bronx, this small island is now completely off-limits to the public. Surrounded by water and shrouded in secrecy, it's a place few get to see up close. Today, the island is overgrown, with trees and vines slowly consuming the remains of the old hospital and its surrounding buildings. Nature has reclaimed what was once a place of fear and disease. Now, here's an interesting fact you should know about this place. North Brother Island was the infamous location where Typhoid Mary Mallon, was quarantined. She was a cook who unknowingly spread the deadly disease to others, and for years she was isolated on this very island. Her story became one of the most talked about medical mysteries of the time. Many claim it's haunted by the spirits of the patients who perished here, especially during the typhoid fever outbreak. Some explorers have reported eerie sounds and an unsettling feeling while wandering through the abandoned buildings. Number 1. The Kings Park Psychiatric Center. Finally, we arrive at one of the most iconic and eerie abandoned places in New York, the Kings Park Psychiatric Center. Opened in 1885, this massive psychiatric hospital was once one of the largest in the state. Over the years, it housed thousands of patients, many of whom faced severe mental health struggles, and the hospital became infamous for its overcrowded and sometimes inhumane conditions. Located in Kings Park on Long Island, the center remained operational until 1996. By then, overcrowding and allegations of mistreatment had led to its closure. What was once a bustling, self-sufficient community is now left to decay. The grand buildings are crumbling, and the haunting silence of the empty halls makes it one of the most chilling abandoned psychiatric centers in the country. Kings Park Psychiatric Center wasn't just a hospital. It was also one of the largest employers in the region. In fact, it had its own farm and even a train station to transport goods and people. It was almost like a small town of its own, with everything it needed to run independently. And if you're into the supernatural, Kings Park is famous for its ghost stories. Many believe the spirits of former patients still haunt the decaying hospital, and over the years, numerous paranormal investigations have been conducted at the site. Explorers and ghost hunters claim to hear unsettling noises and see strange shadows, adding to the mystery and fear surrounding this abandoned institution.